in saving the nation losses, those whose direct responsibility it is not, but who participate in protecting the resources that we have, they get to benefit from those resources or from their act of patriotism. So it's commendable.
Absolutely.
It is good to hear that there's something that will motivate people to directly volunteer information. So right now, if you see something, say something. 10% for you.
See something, say something, receive something, all right? 10%. But I'm sure if you have good bargaining skills, you could probably get a bit more. I know that I would push for a bit more. So that's just my tip for you this morning. If you are a whistleblower going about your dealings and you know you've seen something, I'm not saying, you know what. I'm also imploring you this morning to check out 3news.com. That's just on the lighter note, but 10% is not bad.
No,
and I agree with Sixtus as well. It's an incentive for us to also play our parts, especially in these areas where the community mining has turned into a different kettle of fish. It started off as community mining and has just, just turned into something else. If you see something, say something. Now, again, do check out.
Imagine you blow the whistle on a gold consignment worth, say, 2 million Ghana cedis. Calculate 10% of that.
What is that? 200,000? Am I right? Or is it 20,000?
Oh no,
that's 1%. 200,000. That's 10%.
Yeah. So all you did was volunteer information. Of course, your safety is important.
That's right.
Because these people, they don't play.
We see how they even face off against our own security personnel. Sometimes they chase them out of the forest with their own arms. So
yes, it is a risky thing when you are volunteering information on such enterprises. And
that's right.
You would have to be very careful. But just imagine that you just chook small and collect 200K.
Chook big. If you
200K claim,
and you can, if you know about 3 different consignments where this is going on, 10%, 10%, 10%, your 2025 and beyond sorted.
But we have to also be careful. Those who will be active participants in the commission of the crime, but turn around to chook only when they realize that the deal is not going to favor them. Then they come and say, we are whistleblowing.
Then
I think that the
we'll catch all of you together.
We'll catch all of you together.
Yeah.
I think that the authorities have to pay attention to that.
That's a possibility, you say.
Some are very, the Edidija principle. You chop, I chop. You chop, I no chop, I chook.
And that's how usually it goes. I mean, across the board on all these scandals we hear about. You have people coming out pretending to be so patriotic. They are so self-righteous. They are interested in protecting the nation and its coffers and all of the fancy English that they speak to us. They will come and we will give them microphone. They will talk giddy, 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 giddy. And when I was doing this, then they were fighting me. I am interested in the progress of Ghana. It is for Ghana I fight. To find out. Oh, it is a deal going bad.
Some 1%, some 2%.
I think that's important, Sixtus. I agree with you.
So we need to pay attention to that one too. So that people don't, out of they are aggrieved by a certain denial in what they thought was their fair share in a loot, then they turn around to say that we are choking. No.
Absolutely.
They should not be allowed to benefit from that 10%. In fact, they should be bundled together with their conspirators and dealt with.
So we've got to sift through and find out who are real whistleblowers and who are sour co-conspirators who want to get their revenge. It's 25 after 7. This morning I'm imploring you to check out 3news.com. We've got the latest in news, business, sports, opinion pieces, you name it. In about 5 minutes, we'll open up the phone lines so that you too can have your bite, have your say. Now, this one we will be expanding in full as the show progresses, but suspended CJ sues Ghana at ECOWAS court over alleged human rights abuse. Now, Deputy Attorney General Dr. Justice Stremsai says suspended Chief Justice Gertrude Tokonu has filed a case against the Republic of Ghana at the ECOWAS Community Court of Justice in Abuja, Nigeria. Now, in a post shared on X, Dr. Stremsai revealed that the case was filed on 4th July 2025 and centers on allegations of human rights violations relating to her suspension on the ongoing proceedings to remove her from office. Now, what exactly does that mean for the ongoing processes right here on home soil? Does that in fact mean anything for the ongoing processes on home soil? We'll be exploring that in detail. Maybe we can even recap some of the do we call them suits that have been filed as this process has been going on. We know that some 5 different injunction suits came, not just from the CJ, other quarters as well. All 5 have failed so far. Suspended Chief Justice Tokonu is not going down without a fight. For many, this is maybe one that we should see the processes through domestically before other processes are filed. In fact, for many of you, that seems to be the sentiment. I was monitoring on X, especially after that post by Deputy AG. So do keep your thoughts on that coming. Let me get a quick bite from Sixtus in about a minute, and then we'll open up the phone lines and hear your thoughts.
I share that sentiment that, she's still the Chief Justice, right? She's only on suspension.
Okay.
But on the book, she's still the Chief Justice.
Right.
She could be reinstated. Her leadership could be cleared by the committee, the Justice Woman Committee, and restored back to her job. And as Chief Justice, your job, or you're also tasked with ensuring that there's public trust and confidence in the systems that you preside over. That could be the courts themselves, the processes involved in litigation and mediation, arbitration, all of that, the personnel that run the system, all of that will come under your purview. And I would have thought humbly and respectfully that my lady would have taken time, gone through this process, get the pronouncements of our court on these concerns, and then, of course, if she feels at the end of the day that her own system has not dealt with her fairly and squarely, then she could resort to the external systems. Yes, she's gone through some processes. She's filed some applications at the courts that were thrown out. That is only normal. People have gone through the same. But that's the substantive matter is still pending.
Right.
And her leadership has gone international. They will say gone global.
Global, worldwide.
It is sad. And a lot of our people don't pay attention to all these technicalities that we speak. To the man on the Madina Trotro, these days we use the Kaswa Trotro. Mm-hmm. His only knowledge is that, says, CJ no kra se oko ECOWAS. Mm-hmm. If your system is solid, formidable, is credible, reliable, trustworthy, can dispense of justice blindfolded, why are you going to ECOWAS court? This is the typical Trotro argument, or the Chopba argument. Mm. And they don't care whether there's a certain process that you filed that you did not find favor, and you thought that, the two processes can run side by side.
Right.
All they know is that the Chief Justice has gone global, sidestepping the local channels.
Right.
Which is simply not fair to the system. So, somebody said that it is war. And in this war, everybody is trying to come out victorious. But who are actually in this war? Is it a war between NDC and the Chief Justice? Is it a war between NDC and NPP? Is it a war between President Mahama and the Chief Justice? Is it a war between the presidency and that's the executive and the judiciary, two separate arms of government? Who is at war with who for what? I think that above all, the common interest must prevail.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and her leadership should calm down.
0559-242-717 or 0556-910-154. That's exactly how you can reach us this morning as we get into community voices. Hello, good morning.
My sister.
Papa Bisu, how did you manage to be the first caller this morning? How did you manage that one?
Charlie. It's by His grace.
It's good to hear your voice. Hope you're doing well.
By His grace, I know something. Because of the grace of my replica, later I'll tell you, my son looks like me.
Uh-huh.
I'll tell you later.
Hey, Papa Bisu, let's hear you. What are your thoughts this morning?
Problematic Helen, Charlie. All period that SAR didn't have reps in Parliament. Who was speaking for them? Was she in this country? Former Chief Justice, were you in this very country? What is it telling us? Just disgracing us. And again, the worst part was when he brought in the angle of the anchor, that he was taken to a doom lodge or whatever it is.
She said it brings back traumatic memories for her, being in that environment.
That shows a political affiliation and a political agenda. Such a person can't give us justice, prophylactic Helen. She can't give us the justice that we want. And she has to pack herself somewhere.
So you say she should allow the internal process to be completed before she takes that next step?
The point is, even going that way, she has brought disgrace to this very country. And she can't not go back to that position of Chief Justice of Ghana. It should give us a break. And for, the MPP, who are running away from the Ablekuma North election.
They say they've won, Papa Bisu. They said 414 votes. They will not go back to the polls. You disagree with that? Because Bosman Asare was on the floor of Parliament. What do you say about that as well?
I had him. I totally disagree with the MPP that they won that election. And again, for Bosman Asare, listening to him carefully, it shows that politically, they were never prepared to give us the best election of this very country. They were never prepared. Then you see, from Jim Mensah, Bosman Asare, Samuel Tete, who said that he saw trees and
animals, plants, flowers.
But 2016,
Register.
Actually, and it's still there. If all people should just clear up. Look, they made up their mind to rig the election for FPP.
What evidence do you have to that, Papa?
I'll tell you something. Look, I met Bosman Asare's father. Let me tell you, Adama Sama.
Papa Bisu, we'll talk about this one behind the scenes.
I'll give you that evidence.
We'll talk about that behind the scenes. Papa, let's let others get in the game. Thank you so much for your call. Have a wonderful Wednesday. Hello, good morning. Oh, apologies, but thank you for your patience for holding on. 0559-242-717. It's the hottest line in the morning. Or 0556-910-154. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, my sister.
Who am I speaking with? Where are you calling us from?
Please, this is Bright calling from Abosokai.
How is Abosokai this morning? Is it still raining?
No, it's not raining.
All right, fantastic. Let's hear you, please.
Let me greet my only honorable John. I hope he's there.
Oh, you are.
Johnny,
He'll hear you. He'll hear you.
My honorable Johnny.
Honorable Johnny, he'll certainly hear you.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Let me greet him. I'm greeting Honorable Appiah-Ampofo this morning, wherever he is. May God continue to guide and protect him. I think MPP, Omuye serious.
And then now, Kasa.
Say Omuye serious, Anka Appiah-Ampofo, Anka Omonko contest election media. Because a honum almost stronghold. They be so many years.
That's right.
And she said, Munim say a royal stronghold, no more winning about 19 police station. You see a career election, a woman. Mujani Efron. Didn't she? Or more Munim said 2024. No. Or more release election. Or more candidate, election. Takashi and Omuko. Enti mo na mo ko shishi sa ballot papers ni ade any easy papers no mo na mo ko titi mu enti na titi amusuro se mo ba ko na mo ko jina se yen san ko to aban foforo ho enti se ehonum eye mo amusuro wora mo ko na to abana se mo na mo ba wini o share chief justice ni
just in a minute for me, please. Yes.
Ochi ade mo say or the court Nigeria. Until ono ase wa content na wa create the amount na kasa no. Because asem wo court say ni kwan se kura se oye press conference e chechira asem no mu. Mami no wa chedu do mesre se John Zaman mama kura se onpamu no kura ni me.
That's the way any president's ninsemu. It's currently going through the procedures. Thank you so much for your call. His initial commentary had to do with Ablekuma North. He says if the NPP have Ablekuma North as their stronghold, why are they running from a rerun? Let me get on to my next caller. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Madam Helen.
Who's speaking?
Yes, I'm Amamole President.
Okay. King of Amamole, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing great, Madam Helen.
All right.
God grace, I'm doing good.
Fantastic. Let's hear you. What are your thoughts this morning?
Thank you very much. Madam Helen, MPP are crying foul today. We were in this country when a whole sitting president of USA, Barack Obama, came to tell us that we should strengthen our institutions. We should allow institutions to work.
He said we need strong institutions, not strong men.
Thank you very much, my dear. So President Mahama's first administration decided to go by that tangent or allow the institutions to work. Then when these people took over, former President Akufo-Addo took over, they bastardized all the institutions. 6 months to election, ECOWAS won the Electoral Commission and the government as a whole that you cannot have conduct a new registration in terms of COVID. They didn't mind all those warnings by ECOWAS. Today, you people are crying foul. You filled in this Electoral Commission with party Star Wars, such MPP faithfuls. When the issue was brought to the attention of the Council of State, what the Council of State said that they are qualified despite their party affiliation. Once they qualify. Today, you people are crying foul. My sister, look at this registration we had, which is supposed to be for electoral areas. Jameson said, no, she will conduct it in the district offices. Look at the hell people went through. Today, you are crying foul. I mean, who allow scam pin sheets to be accepted? My sister, scam pin sheets.
Point well made. Thank you for that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for that. And do keep your thoughts a bit snappier for me so I can listen to as many of you as possible. And thank you for being measured this morning. I'm monitoring how we proceed. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Sister Helen.
Who's speaking?
My name is Abolo. You can call me Mr. Common Sense.
Mr. Common Sense. It's good to hear your voice. How are you doing?
To God be the glory.
Fantastic. Let's hear you.
Let me say good morning to Courage McCaffrey Nunekpeku, MD for TDC Ghana, and Harry Otuesi, NDC Constituency Chairman, Iowa Central. My sister, MC for Ghana is doing well, grading the roads. But we beg of him, they should water the road because the dust are too much.
I see.
He's doing very well. Akwete Agbo is doing very well, but they should water the road. My sister, about this Abdulkumanov election, MPP have weak leadership. The decision the leadership of the MPP take, to me, they did not add common sense to it.
So you said that they should participate in the rerun. They said they're boycotting. You disagree with that?
That's why I said they did not add common sense to their decision.
I see.
Because that place is your stronghold. The question here is that 19 polling stations, what was the result 2024? That is what the leadership have to look for. And once they know that place is their stronghold, all they need is to go and canvass for a more vote. If you believe you are leading the race with almost over 400 votes, why are you withdrawing from it? We did this mistake after Ayawaso West Wogo, and they could have learned out of that. Why are you withdrawing? Why are you boycotting? So after that, but let me tell you.
Yes, and wrap up for me, please, Mr. Common Sense.
Wrapping up for my party people, it's a strategy. If we didn't go in and cover for more votes after tallying, if they know that their 400 was not beaten, they will just come back and say they won. And about the whistleblower, my sister, me and you cannot blow the whistle.
Why?
The Gija people. Is that me and you, we are here. We are not at the mining site. How can we know them? But when you did the job with somebody, you will come and tell Helen, I know what is happening here.
Mr. Common Sense, thank you so much for that. Have a blessed day. He says that you and I cannot get that 10%. It will certainly be a Didija participants who can help propel this particular initiative. 2 more calls, and then we'll make way for sports. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, my sister.
Pastor Dewale, how are we doing?
By His grace, I'm fine.
Certainly. Let's hear you, please.
Thank you so much. Yesterday, I was making a point when my line dropped.
Yes, indeed. We lost you yesterday.
Line so far.
It's the hottest line.
There's no second to that.
Absolutely.
Keep up the good job, your outreach.
Thank you so much.
My sister, I said anytime we talk about whether 17 or 18 times of going to IMF, let's exempt these 2 regimes. The first regime under Dr. Osagyefo Kwame Nkrumah, he never went to IMF. His legacies are there to show. Then under the military rule of General Champon, 6.5 years, he also never went to IMF. Even he came and boycotted Yentia. I don't know whether you have ever heard of that popular slogan before. We will not pay our debt.
Right.
Because of that, he became an enemy to the West. But he was able to domesticate the economy, and here we are today.
All right.
Today everybody is talking about, I will take you back to the road.
Okay.
I have had this thought. I don't know whether you have also gotten the solution yet. You know, Kumansi Highway is not double asphalt. That's why most of these accidents occur. It is just from Pokwati or from Accra to Nsawam. And you know who did that? General Champon. Years ago, that General Champon constructed this double lane from Accra to Nsawam. Check the records. Beyond, we have not. All the time, we are only mangling with the old ones. And look at the accidents, number of accidents that occur on this highway. And look at the commercial benefit that we ought to be getting from this.
That's right.
From this highway. So at least it's high time. Just look at the intervals of years that I've given to you and cross-check. Apart from General Champon doing that extension in his days, up to now, nobody cares. All that we do is never again road safety, but let's expand the road network. And let's also, anytime that roads are constructed in this country, I'm urging every caller. We all live in constituencies and districts. Let's become our own police and ask the contractors or ask the government of the day, what is the lifespan of this road? Than coming on air and saying, oh, they've done well, applaud for them. I'm not against applaud. I'm not against praises. But how long would that road last? So that we constructing road year after year, making noise that we have constructed the most road, but we are still nowhere near. Have a blessed morning.
Have a blessed morning, Pastor Dewale. Final caller on the Community Voices segment. Hello, good morning.
Good morning,
Eben. Oh, you're my final caller. Great to hear your voice. How are you doing?
Great to hear your voice too. I'm doing well.
Fantastic. Let's hear you.
It's raining at my end, so just bear with me.
All right.
Thank you. Anyway, let me say good morning to my boss, Mr. Peter Akwesi Mensah of Tema Shipyard, the Deputy Chief Executive, and his boss, Mr. Osman. And also, let me say morning to my MC, Honorable Agbo of Ghana East. Then TDC boss carried Makafui. You see, for me, I'm happy for one thing, Helen.
What is that?
For the first time, NDC are saying what? The three electoral commissioners, being J. Mensah, Bosman, and Tete, they are not fit for purpose. And the NPP are saying the same thing. It clearly tells you that what? There's something wrong. But when this country, when the NPP was in power, when we complain about this current EC, they will be saying they are. What does now? You see, we've been telling them that what? You see, Nanado just power to make sure what? It will surround. Bidding. Nana. The one you put is good. Now you are crying. You see, as I'm concluding, you see, the suspended Chief Justice, the least said about her, the better. So soon she has forgotten that she told Ghanaians, no matter how one will get bored or not, the law is the law.
She said, no matter the noises that are made, the law is the law.
The law is the law. So now your own people, your fellow Supreme Court judges, you have no trust in them. You remember some time back, we were saying that the Supreme Court judges or the Ghana judiciary is being towards what? Is being biased towards the NDC. They said no. Now look, a whole Chief Justice, look at her behavior. Shame on her.
Oh, E.A. Ben, good morning to you. Well, that's E.A. Ben's opinion of what is currently ongoing, and it's a story that I mentioned this morning. We will be expanding in some greater detail, and we caught wind of this one via an ex-post by the Deputy Attorney General, Dr. Justice Srem Sai, and he says that the suspended Chief Justice Gertrude Tokonu has filed a case against the Republic of Ghana at the ECOWAS Community Court of Justice in Abuja. Very grateful for all of you who participated in Community Voices this morning. Do stick with us. There's sports coming up quite soon, and we'll be getting into all of the pertinent issues of the morning.
Mark your